All right, so up next we have Libra. Just got the image of flowers in my head. 10 of Swords. All right, so this is about things coming to an end because they are no longer serving you and because it has been being held onto for too long. It's finally to put something to rest, so be aware of that. All right, so I've been drawn to pull a 4th card for you guys as well. All right, so for you Libras, this is very interesting. So your main energy is the Devil card, and this is about attachment or allowing yourself to stay attached to something. I feel like there's something that you've been struggling with for a long time, and it's really time to put it to rest or let it go. This card can be about addiction, and I'm kind of sensing that for some of you, this may be specifically drug addiction. Now, obviously, not all Libras are dealing with that, so I'm not going to like say that, but I'm feeling like there's some of you who, or someone who's going to hear this who needs to hear this. It's time to put that to rest. You've been trying, and you've been kind of back and forth about it, but it's really time to say, no, I need to end this cycle in my life. But this is really about releasing places where you feel trapped, places or things that are no longer serving, things that are keeping you weighed down or tied down. This is really important to let those things go right now. What's going to help you is asking for help. Now, this card is the 6 of Pentacles, and typically it's financially, but I'm kind of sensing an overall theme of just asking for help. If you're feeling like you're in need of support, or you're just needing some, someone to come along and really help you with something, it's time to ask for that. It's time to let go of the ego and understand that maybe you can't do it on your own, and that's okay. And there might be someone who's really willing to help who just doesn't know, and so they're going to come alongside you. But it's important to ask for help, and that's really going to help you in this time of need. But I'm sensing that there's someone or something that's going to be, whether it's someone you know, or even like, for instance, if you're addicted to something, it's okay to make that phone call. It's okay to go to rehab. It's okay to ask for help. There are people who really know what they're doing, and this could be a beautiful shift for you if you really just reach out, and it's okay. All right, so what's hindering you is the 8 of Swords, which is, again, it's about feeling trapped. And the 8 of Swords is typically represented by a woman who's blindfolded and has her hands tied behind her back, and there's swords around her in the ground. But the idea is if she just lifted off that blindfold, she could easily walk out of the situation. A lot of this situation you're in, whether it's addiction or something else, something that you need to let go of, it's really the perception of it. It's the perception that it's controlling you, and you have much more power. You have so much power to create a situation you want, to overcome what's going on for you. And so it's about the change of perspective that's really important. So, it's really time to become aware of your options. It's okay to, feel like you've been trapped, but know that it is about the perception. A lot of it's in your mind. A lot of it is a perceived trappedness. So become more aware of that. And maybe, like I said, reaching out to someone may be the thing that helps you to see that. So this is the 4th card I drew, and I'm really getting the intuition that if you don't move out of this, things are going to start falling apart. Things are going to be less than pleasant for you. And it's really the universe, telling you that. If this has been something that's been going on for a while, the universe is really trying to shout to you that this is no longer a space you should be in. And if you don't listen to that, things are going to start falling apart. So it's really important that you take control, that you ask for help, and that you move on from this. Everything is neutral till you put a story around it, and this is just a lesson. This is something that you can grow and evolve from. Maybe in the future, you're going to be able to help other people with this, or just certain things that you didn't even realize you could have are going to come into your space because you're releasing this lower vibration. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. These shifts and changes or things kind of coming to a head is actually really, really good for you. So, you know, take the steps you need, just take it a day at a time. And ask for help, and that's what I'm really sensing for you guys. So I hope you guys are doing okay. Obviously, I'm sure this isn't all Libras, but I'm just kind of getting an overall sense that there's someone who's going to watch this video, or some people who are watching this video that really need to hear this. So many blessings to you. I hope next month is more peaceful and relaxed for you. All right, so next is for Scorpio. Shout out to my Scorpios. I don't know if I know any. Well, I must know some Scorpios. Oh, I do. I know a lot of Scorpio Sagittariuses. Ridiculous. I'm overly attracted to Scorpio Sagittariuses in my life, which makes sense because being a Taurus Gemini, it's the other side of the zodiac. I actually dated a guy whose birthday was a day before, no, day after my half birthday. Like, he was like exactly on the other side. It was pretty fun. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. All right, Scorpio. So this month, your main energy is the King of Pentacles, and I'm feeling like this is about you coming into more of a stability financially, but this is really going to come from your wisdom with money. It's important to be aware of where you're spending and what you're not spending, but, you know, really use your intuition, use your knowledge, and really be aware of where you're putting your money. And this could be because you have a lot of money and you want to invest. This could be, you know, just having good spending habits. So be aware of that this month. But I'm sensing that you're going to be in a better financial space because you are using your intuition and your mind for that gain. What's going to help you is the Ace of Cups, which is about spirituality and new things coming in emotionally. So this can represent a new relationship and also a new sense of spirituality. So you might be feeling like you're releasing old thought patterns to how you used to go about things, especially around finances. This could be representing, I'm sensing that someone might be coming into a relationship, and that's why they're going to be coming into a better financial situation. What's really going to help you is just this renewed sense of self and really feeling clearer on the decisions you're making, and being in a good space emotionally. So that's really good. All right, so what's going to hinder you is the Hanged Man, and because the Hanged Man is about like changing perspective, I'm sensing that some of you may be a little rigid in your perceptions of how things should be. Again, I'm feeling like the whole money aspect. Don't forget, you know, just because something isn't mainstream or something isn't how it's normally done doesn't mean it can't be very financially rewarding. It might be good to shift your perspective on what's actually going to be good for you, and also, you know, maybe what you want to pursue in the financial sense. Maybe it's something more creative. Maybe it's not something you thought of. So it might be a good idea to change your perspective on how money can flow to you. And don't forget, you know, if you're trying to manifest money through one specific thing, you're giving the universe about this much space to flow to you. Allow yourself, you know, money can come from all different areas. So it might be good to change that perspective, you know, having more money avenues to you, or just something you may not have thought of. So it might be good to write down a list of like, what would you like to make money with? Not just, oh, I need a job, or whatever, but like being like, oh, you know, like what would I like to make money doing? Or, you know, what are other ways I could get money? So it might be good to change that perspective. But I think overall, I think you're going to have a good financial month. So awesome. All right, so up next is Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Oops. Oh, card flying out. King of Swords. Okay, so I think this month is going to be about wisdom. You know, hello. Being wise about the decisions you're making. Do what's best for you. And also the Six of Swords. So it looks like you're moving from maybe a not so good space into a better space. Energy is shifting for you. You're moving forward. That's really awesome. Maybe those wise decisions are going to come into play in that. You know, really think about what you're doing. Think about, you know, what's going to be the best for you. I'm also sensing, do what's best for you. Like, make sure you're doing, not being a doormat. Make the decisions that are going to benefit you. And I don't mean in a self-centered way. I mean in a what's healthy for you way. Create those boundaries. I'm also sensing to pull a fourth card as well. Okay. So your main energy is the Emperor card. So this is about bringing in structure into your life. This is about, I think, of creating schedules, being direct. So I think this month is going to be a really good time for you to like really state what you want. This kind of has to do with that King of Swords aspect. This is a time for you to really buckle down and say, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to make happen. I'm going to create the reality I want. So this is about making it happen. The Emperor is the divine masculine, and that masculine energy is about moving forward. The feminine energy is about being inward and flow, and the masculine is about direct. So this is going to be a good energy for you to bring in this month. This is, you need to create more structure. You might be feeling a little bit all over the place, and this is what's going to create that manifesting that you want. What's going to help you is the Hanged Man. So changing your perspective on the situation. Again, I'm feeling like some of you might have been a little bit like all over the place, and you might need to change your perspective and what's actually going to work for you to have what you want. So I think this month is going to be really about maybe shifting your perspective on what's really best for you. And yeah, the Hangman is also about taking a moment, so I think that's really good too. Maybe sit down and plan stuff out. Really think about it. Remember the King of Swords, which has actually come up again as your hindrance card. So I think it's really important for you to take a breath, take a beat, and really think about how you want to go about things. And yeah, so your hindrance card is the King of Swords. So I'm sensing that again, yeah, if you're not wise, if you're not, really, bringing your thoughts captive, if you're letting them fly all around it, this is what's going to hinder you. So I think it's really important to this month is really going to be about focus, and it's going to be about being wise, and it's going to be about creating organization. So I think that's going to be really helpful. I really feel if you really do that, you could really create a lot of amazing things for yourself. And so I have this other card here, which I'm feeling like is for some of you, but okay, for some of you, I actually feel like you're going to be coming into a relationship. But overall, this is really about creating self-love for yourself. This is about, again, kind of going back to knowing what's best for yourself, doing what's best for yourself, and not getting so thrown by other people, not getting walked on. Allow yourself to really come into a space that is really the most healthy for you. So this is about really being your own lover. This is about loving yourself. But I'm also sensing that a few of you might be getting into a relationship, so that's really cool too. So yeah, don't forget, do what's best for you. And again, not in like a self-centered way, in a what's really just going to be good for you. Set those boundaries, be aware of what you want, and creating that organization within your life.